Okay. Yeah, do a little clap. Hi, Mason Riley from WVCW here talking to the amazing Blóther, the Berserker, as they prepare their, them being GWAR, as they prepare their Halloween extravaganza here at the National. Halloween is like a time of like human like avarice and hate. How much are you guys enjoying that right now?
Oh, we hate it. It's it's like amateur night. It's like, for alcoholics, the way they feel about New Year's Eve. Mm-hmm. That's the way we feel about Halloween. It's just a bunch of losers out there dressed like us. Mm-hmm. You can't trust them. It's I don't know.
So
how about this thing on?
Is it? So thinking a little bit about you guys obviously as a band have come from all different corners of the galaxy. But you seem to have converged here and made your home base here in Richmond. What's that sort of dual identity like as a group, both from Richmond and, in your case at least, the world of Mist?
What? Hey! Get out of here, you fucking clown. Can you curse on this, by the way?
You can. We're all
okay.
college.
Okay, now you got to reset up the goddamn camera.
You need to get out of there?
Just lock it. Lock the door. Okay. Thank you. All right. Sorry about that. That was the cops. Mm-hmm. We were interrupted by the cops. I was loving on this microphone. So the question was,
as sort of dual citizens of both your individual home planets and of Richmond, Virginia.
Yes.
How's that sort of dual identity feel?
I think of myself first and foremost as an alien, and then as a Richmonder. I mean, you have to understand that when GWAR started, living in Richmond, Virginia was not the exotic experience that it is now. Believe it or not, we didn't want anybody to know that we were from Richmond, Virginia, because this place freaking sucks. And so, or at least back then, it really sucked. So we told everybody we were from someplace else, like Antarctica or outer space or anywhere except for, the capital of the Confederacy.
You guys seem to have liked it at least enough to open up a bar?
Oh, yeah. I mean, we love it. We love the place. I know I'm a man of contradictions. Yeah, I mean, why not? Oregon Hill, what's not to love? Church Hill, all the hills, all of the, places, all of that. I mean, especially back then, there was a lot of crime, so it was a much happier place for us. But now, I mean, it has become gentrified and everything's expensive. You can't even pay $20 for a cheeseburger in this town. It's ridiculous. And I don't know. I mean, but yeah, we liked it enough that we had to open a restaurant because we needed money because we have to buy drugs and get women to talk to us.
Sort of thinking about that idea of like gentrification, you guys obviously created humanity when you had sex with apes.
That's right.
So you all have gone on a sort of a worldwide mission to destroy humanity in every facet and destroy the Earth, really. But we humans seem to be doing a pretty good job of that ourselves.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yes. I can see that you've. I don't know whether you've done your homework or just watched the news. Yeah, absolutely. There is. Humanity is pretty much, we set the ball rolling and they really ran with it. Mm-hmm. Now it's it's hard for us to keep up with all of the foibles of mankind. And and do we regret, bumping uglies with apes? No, I still bump uglies with apes every chance I get. Mm-hmm. It's a lot funner than human women, I'll tell you that. They got nicer, hairier boobs. I like that.
Also on the topic of humanity and you guys' invention of humanity, would you say that you all invented metal or did you just merely do it better than humans?
Well, no. I mean, we invented all music at some point or another. Or at least that's what we claim. Our mythos is extremely confusing and conflictual, so I'll apologize ahead of time for that. However, so if you're like a Marvel Universe sort of glasses-wearing, push-em-up, kind of go to the fucking conferences guys, then this is going to be bullshit to you. And that's because we're just making it up as we go along. But the truth of the matter is that, yes, we influence the development of all music telekinetically from our slumber in Antarctica. It's so confusing that we've had to go Rick and Morty and create alternate universes where it just, anything, all the rules are off then, right?
So on that topic of like human beings you guys have been killing, and also the creation of all music, if I ran some musicians by you, do you think you could tell me the order in which you would like to kill them?
Yes, I can do that.
Okay. James Hetfield, David Byrne from Talking Heads, Ice-T, and let's say Bob Dylan.
Criminy. Wow, what a list. Well, first of all, Ice-T is out of consideration because he's immortal. As you would know if you had watched Rick and Morty, when he made the appearance as a literal piece of ice in the shape of a T. So yeah, I mean, Ice-T, and plus he's totally down with GWAR, and we're always down with Ice-T. I met him years ago, as a matter of fact. The other ones, I've met some of them as well, Hetfield. And I'm going to say that, probably first on the list that I would kill would be Bob Dylan. Because Bob Dylan is a sour, pickle-faced example of what not to be as a human being. However, I love his music and his poetry. I mean, let's face it. I mean, can you imagine walking into a coffee house like on Gray Street, which is where all the stupid little VCU twerps run around, and seeing Bob Dylan doing Masters of War or something like that? I mean, knock your freaking socks off, wouldn't it? But he has to die because A, he's probably already dead, and then B, I don't know, because he just makes me cranky. But then as far as the other ones, let me see. I'm going to go with Hetfield next, just because, I don't know, he looks like the Cowardly Lion, and he used to be good a long time ago. Plus, he's never really, he hasn't taken us on tour. He's taken all of our friends on tour, but not us, because we make a mess. GWAR's outside cats. That's what we are. We're outside cats that are too old to stay inside. So you put us out in the yard where we can pee and poop at our pleasure or leisure or whatever. Now next, I think I would take David Byrne. But who does that leave? Let me see. David Byrne or who else?
I think that might be it. David Byrne, James Hetfield, Ice-T, and who's immortal, obviously, and Bob Dylan. I think that's the list.
Okay, well then David Byrne, I would keep David Byrne alive because he's just he's weird. He probably let's keep him up there. Yeah.
And I get on that topic of friends. There's been a lot of people who have sort of, come and go in the GWAR catalog of compatriots, all with very unique names like Sexecutioner, and I'm blanking on some of the others at the moment. There's just too many.
Sly Mr. Highman, Nippolis Erecticus, Flatus Maximus,
but thinking
Carl.
Thinking along those lines, for those humans who still out there worship GWAR. Do you have any tips as to naming conventions on how they can sort of worship GWAR by taking on a GWAR-esque name?
Yeah, I mean, basically you choose something that stinks or that has a distinctive odor, and then you put a sort of Latin-sounding appendage to it, or Greek, as the case may be. I guess it's more Greek, maybe even Roman, then you combine that with a filthy body part or an obscene sex act. And then you get something like Clitoris Maximus. Plus it helps if you do it with a base understanding of mythology and things like that, so that you spell clitoris Clitaurus. Yes, clitoris, you know what I mean? And then I mean that's really how it goes. It's pretty easy. I mean, what would your GWAR name be anyway?
That's a hard one. I've never been put on the spot.
What is your actual name?
My name is Mason Rowley.
Mason Rowley.
Yes.
How about Wee-dikikus? Smüchius.
Wee-dikikus Smüchius.
Yeah, I don't know. But it's that's the kind of thing. I have to say that you're particularly unflappable. He's not flapping at all, is he?
No.
Yeah.
I've trained for decades
You really
to be
have.
here.
Yeah, you've really minimized the flap.
Warned him. I just said don't let him bite. Don't let you bite.
Shut the fuck up. Piping in like that.
I guess my final question for those Richmonders who have been curious to know: are there any plans for another GWARbecue?
Yes, there is. There will be another GWARbecue. I don't know that we'll be doing it in Richmond, but there are special things planned for Richmond. GWAR is looking into doing. We recently have signed on to do conventions with a convention agent, and Richmond has become the home of some pretty good comic book and pop culture conventions. So we'll probably be doing that. I'm actually have entered a car into NASCAR, so I'll be coming here to perform as I'll be racing a chariot pulled by, I don't know, probably greyhound dogs that we've rescued from Florida and then pressed into service here. So, that'll be good. It's like 500 dogs just to equal it's a lot of dogs.
Basically, the length of the track
Yeah,
around.
exactly. Yeah, I'm going to win because I don't have to go anywhere.
Well, thank you for talking with us here in the eve of your big event.
Okay.
From Wee-dikikus and
Way to go. Maybe it should be Maximus Flappius No Messius. VCU!
woo!
We hate you.
We do.
Yeah.
Have a good one, folks.